So my name is Melinda, and I am Earth Mother Holistics is my business. And I've been in business for about 6 years now, and I've served the Stockton area as well as Modesto is where I was originally from. And I've now extended my business to Merced, to Santa Rosa, and I go all over everywhere to meet new people all the time and just to have a fun experiencing. And I love experiencing, like, meeting new people. Please welcome, come in. I'll reintroduce myself. My name is Earth Mother Melinda, and I am the owner of Earth Mother Holistics. I've been in business for many years, about 6 years. So the Bay Area is where I do most of my work now with the Whimsy Market and what you know about. And the Whimsy Market's a pretty cool metaphysical market of small business owners that come together to heal and just enjoy, different things. And so now I've extended now to the bigger expos, so I'm going to share my wisdom with you guys. So what we're talking about today is your true vibration, and you all feel feelings. So, like, how's everyone feeling today? If you put it on a scale 1 to 10, where's your energy at, guys? So you start right here. Where are you feeling?
I'm 6, 7.
6, 7. How are you feeling? Feeling pretty good? Normal? Let's just say normal's 10-ish. No, so maybe like 5, 6, like mom. That's okay. You don't have to know. What do you think? You're like a 6. You're like a little over half. You're pretty good. How are you feeling today?
I'm at a 5.
At a 5? Okay. How about you, sweetie?
Probably a 6, just because I stayed out late.
Okay. Yeah, so I just want to remind you that, okay, this is one thing you got to realize. It doesn't matter how tired you are. You can always be a high-vibing person. And this is what I'm going to teach you. Okay, so we go out to the grocery store. How many people feel tired and stressed by the time you get home and you just don't want to do nothing anymore? I feel like that every time I go to the store. So I've really learned that, I'm really collecting everybody's energy. That's what I've been doing, and I was really good at doing that, but I wasn't so good at letting it go. Was very bad at letting it go. Very good at freaking out, though. So I just got tired of always being very confused about why I kept feeling all these energies, and I'm a feeler, so not only did I feel their mind, but I felt their body too. And so as that's happening, I was just very confused about what I really felt in life. So I didn't know where I stood. I didn't know if I was really sad or if I was really stressed, because for the most part, I didn't have anything to stress about. And so I had to always think, okay, you weren't stressed 5 seconds ago. So where did that come from, right? And you feel your body. So you feel heaviness, and you're like, okay, this is heavy. And you're like, okay, is it really me? Okay. So I always had to step back and ask myself, do I really feel this way? So then I start with grounding. That's the first thing I do. So I start that connection. I get my feet flat. Like if I'm sitting, you could do it sitting. You can do it on an airplane. You can do it anywhere, okay? And so feet flat. And then now I'm connected to Earth. Remember, it doesn't matter if you'll feel it later. Like, it's electromagnetic, right? So if you're not good at feeling energy, eventually you're going to know whether you're grounded or not. How it feels for my feet is I feel like every part of my foot is like kind of stuck to the ground. And even my teachers taught me when I learned Reiki, they were trying to push me over. They're like, ground, and they try to push you. Guess what? No one can push you over if you're grounded. You can't even fall. That's how powerful grounding is, and that's how powerful that connection. So now that we understand, okay, so grounding requires this, right? Now you take it a step further. Okay, so this is what and then I go, okay, show me my true vibration is what I tell my guides. And then I say, okay, Earth, you're going to take it. And it's like, kind of send it all down into my feet. If I'm sitting, I'll send it to my root chakra, and I can send it down to the earth from there. So it just doesn't really matter. And I always usually do it standing, because I find myself stressing out more when I'm, standing. I don't know why. It just happens more like that. So it doesn't matter. And then after I do that, then I see, okay, that's not me. And then you know what usually how I always feel? Is that this like light in my spinal column. So you'll feel like this light feeling. And then I realize, gosh, I've been high vibing this whole time. And I'm just like giving my power away to everybody around me for no reason. And I don't even know why I was doing it. And then when you realize, okay, I have the power here now. And so every time I don't know what to do, I always go back there. And, and it could just be anywhere. Like, I'm a vendor, right? So let's say I go to a vending event and it's slow. Guess what happens? I start feeling everyone's lack. Where are the people at? Where's the money? God, will I make my money today? And I literally hear and feel all their, where's the money? So then I have to do that again because I want to rise above. And so another way, besides just clearing it, that I stay really high vibration, is by going up in dimensions to the positive dimensions, right? Because we all know we're multidimensional beings. So if we're really negative, we're going to be on this spectrum of the negative, and if we're really positive, we're going to be on the positive spectrum, and then there's the middle gray areas in between. So like dimensions do have numbers, but numbers aren't so much like a place, it's an energy. Okay, so that's what I've really learned. So like if you talk about first dimension, it's one thing that you're looking at. This is really simple how my teachers help me. And then the second dimension is 2 ways of looking at something. The third dimension is 3 ways, so on. So let's say there's other people out there teaching that there's only 15 dimensions out there, and they're lying. You know why they're lying? Because there's infinite amount of dimensions. There's an infinite amount of things that could possibly happen, and there's no way to say there's only 22 or there's only 33 or there's only 4. There's a million different things that your soul has done in every dimension that's slightly different, right? So you always want to go to that timeline where you felt the best, or that's in alignment with your current path, right? So I always say, like, I always pick like a really high number, even higher than 15th, because some people teach that if you're below the 12th dimension that there's still darkness there. But I don't believe darkness is evil. These people do. Darkness is a lesson. And it's something that we get through and we don't blame. If you're talking about, oh, the first 12 dimensions are evil, you're blaming the dimensions. You're blaming the beings in that dimension. And that is not what we're supposed to do here. We're supposed to take personal responsibility for our own energy and our own choices and our own actions. And so when we get out of judgment on where we're going and where we're at, or what other people are doing, then we can always stay that high vibing vibration. And like I said, you're going to feel it in that spinal column. If you're not feeling light there, it will come. Because that's what we're supposed to feel like all the time. This is our true vibration, is that light in our body and being a light being. Because that shows us that we're not, stuck on other people's stuff or absorbing their stuff. And we're actually healing ourselves always. Because that's what's really happening. Our body constantly heals. It's constantly regenerating. It's constantly replacing old cells with new cells. And so it's very important that we take charge of our energy even at an early age, like you girls over here. Because if you guys learn this now, trust me, your life is going to be so much easier. You just don't even know. Come on in. So now out of judgment on what other things are happening around us and going back to center, right? And I always think of it like that. So if I'm really having a really bad day, I'm going to meditate a lot more. Especially if I want to cleanse my energy and go to my true vibration. Meditation and grounding is the fastest way to heal ourselves without learning Reiki, without learning a modality, without giving your power away to someone else, let's say. Because some people even think getting a healing is giving your power away, which it's only if you put them on a pedestal. So it's a reminder for all the people that receive things, don't put people on pedestals. They're just like you. I'm a person. Just because I'm able to heal someone doesn't make me, let's say, knowing of everything. There's so much I have to learn, just like you guys. So I'm always going to put the power back in your place and the power back in your hands. And I'm going to teach you that it's okay to love yourself no matter where you're currently at or where you're going and what you're doing. And that's why. So to kind of let you know what we talked about before you got here is we're talking about how when we're an empath and we can collect all these energies and then we can get rid of them, and it's very easy. Very, very easy to do. And we're going to practice it in just like 2 minutes here. And then, so it's just like letting go, grounding out other people's feelings and letting go, not holding on. Asking your guides to show you your true vibration and then letting it go. Because then you'll find it. So let's just do the guided meditation. I feel like that would be a better way to experience it. So I'm going to just have you guys like close your eyes, put your feet flat on the ground. And now we want to take 3 deep grounding breaths in the nose and out the mouth. And sometimes it's better to go slow on the out breath just so we release more energy, okay? Now it's okay if your eyes are closed or open at this point if you're doing it in real time. So I'm asking everyone, now that you feel your body, feel all the feelings in your body. Now in your mind, ask your personal guides to show you your personal true vibration of your own physical body. And then slowly ask, say, if anything is in my body that is not me, that is not for me, not meant for me, I release this now into the earth. And I purify it and I send it back to where it came from with love. Now just pull that energy down into the earth slowly, and you're going to feel it like almost like an elevator goes up or down, right? So you're going to push it down to the earth, and you're going to ask yourself again, okay, is this my true vibration? And if it feels like all that anxiety went away, then you did it. Some energy takes more time, so if you ask your body again, is this me? And if not, just lovingly let it go. Now we're going to take a few deep breaths, so some people can release the energy through breath, so breath work's very important too, so go ahead and take 2 grounding breaths with the intention of pushing in the energy that's not yours into the earth. And then just feel your body. Feel the sensations in your body right now. What does it feel like? Does it feel lighter? Does it feel the same? And at this point, if it does feel the same, acknowledge that this is my true energy. And it's okay that I'm going through something or feeling things in my body that I may not want to feel. And then ask for healing from your guides. You can do that through meditation. You could say, I'm grounded right now, so I'm going to accept that light into my spinal column, that pranic tube, and bring in only energies of 100% divine love aspect, the highest energy of light. And now be one with that vibration. And now come back to your conscious mind. Slowly come back. And then I'm going to ask you guys how you felt about it when you guys come back. And we'll talk about it. Does anyone want to share, so I'm not just putting anyone on the spot?
It was good rest for me.
So it felt calming, right?
I forgot to breathe today. This is what I realized.
Uh-huh.
I didn't breathe.
Right? Sometimes it is as simple as breathing, right?
Yeah.
And
I feel like I feel it.
and then that's what you can do anytime you feel super stressed from now on. Or you're like, where did this come from? Right? Because you don't have to take it on. It's a choice. Remember, knowing that life is a choice and everything we experience is a choice is the one thing we can do to take accountability for our own vibration, our own energy, and be authentic. Right? Because it doesn't matter if you're having a bad day. Own it. Own your bad days. Own your good days. Right? Because that's where the growth is. Would you like to share?
Well, I noticed how tight my muscles are.
Okay.
So I was able to loosen up a little bit.
Right. So you're seeing where you're like holding the energy, right?
Yeah. And whenever I do like meditate, like if I do yoga, I usually, I don't know if other people do this, but like I kind of look at the colors behind my eyes.
Yes.
So sometimes it changes,
Mm-hmm.
and so I'll just kind of like watch it like it's
Like a show.
yeah.
Those are deep meditation things that happen in deep meditation, and that means that it's working. So if you see the colors, that's a really good sign that you're totally connected to your energy and the body and your body and your guides. Because sometimes the colors are your guides coming in to send healing, and it's an indication that you're in connection with spirit, right? And it doesn't matter how you get there. Like, there's no wrong way. Yoga, like, just you don't even have to do anything. You just be a person, right? That's a great part because I experienced like that stuff when I would do meditations in Modesto with this one lady. She would have it like she called it like the noon meditation for like all the office people. But I work graveyard, so it's perfect for me. So I was like, okay, let's go. Right? I'd have to get up in the middle of my day, but it was way. I felt so much better, and I would always experience like what you experienced with the colors, and then. But I also get a lot of visions. So like Archangel Michael's always been with me every time I meditate. Like he used to come like it was funny like as a statue in front of my face. I'm like, hey. It's just funny how they talk to you. But you know, they definitely like, you know, if we connect through meditation more, we're gonna connect to ourselves first. And that's where we belong. We don't belong in anyone else's energy so much, kind of like energetic boundaries. And some people don't understand that. And that's okay. Right? It's not for them to be like, oh, accountable for what they don't know. But it's you accountable for whether you're going to accept it or not, right? And that's what I'm teaching everyone today. So how did you experience it?
Calming, we spoke outside, and just like it's very overwhelming for me out there because of all the different energies and being an empath and a spiritualist and all that stuff. And so something that I forgot to do, not forgot, I set it to the side, is for me just to meditate, just to be really with self and everything, so it brought me back to that, so I appreciate that this time.
Thank
you. Don't cry.
I know, I just feeling you, man. I'm like definitely like one of the strongest, I guess, like way to empath, right? Because the body and the mind and stuff like that, so it's very overwhelming a lot, but I've learned to just not judge it so much. And remember, judgment's always going to bring you back to where you don't want to be. And just as long as you remember that part, you'll have more peace and discernment, right?
Mm-hmm.
And how did you feel, sweetie, back there?
I just felt calm and relaxed. I didn't see any color, but
That's okay.
it just felt really good.
And that's the point, right? Coming to your own energy, just realize, hey, I'm relaxed here. The problem's everywhere else. And I don't have to do it. I don't have to be involved. Yeah. And, you know, it's like where Walmart used to cripple me. Right? I can walk in there like doo-doo-doo now and I'm good because I reminded myself that I don't have to take it on. And I've practiced this enough to where it's only like, because I live in an apartment complex too, and you'd be surprised how much energy you can collect in an apartment complex. Like, especially when I lived in Oakland where we lived in these little towers and there was like 100 apartments in every tower. That was crazy, okay? And I had to really balance myself a lot. So remember, where you live matters. And it will affect you, right? So maybe you need to go back to center a lot more depending on who you're with. Or like, let's say the building I used to live in was a hospital. I felt all the old energies of the hospital. So yeah, you got to recognize that. So that sometimes it's the building. And even like, you know, even other spirits affect us. But, you know, that's our choice whether to take it on. And that's what I'm putting you guys on the accountability. Hey, you can do this now. You this simple thing, and usually I just do this at home, and it takes like 2 seconds for me because I'm not like focusing on it. Because I could just stand there and be like, okay, show me my true vibration. Okay, ground it out. Okay, done. So I don't want you guys to make it this too long and drawn out unless you really want to meditate for a while. Because either way, you want to do that before you meditate, so you're cleansed, right? So this is like a personal cleansing technique that is something that I developed myself. No one told me how to do this, and then it just made my life way better because then I got accountability for, okay, I have to take responsibility for myself. So I'm all about that. So do you guys have any other questions about anything? It's pretty simple.
So you practice Reiki?
Yeah, I'm an angelic Reiki master healer and teacher. I also teach tarot, and I'm a channel. They've always told me before I even became a Reiki master that I'm a channel. So I channel all the time. That's why I have to be careful about my energy. Because I channel anything and everything, medium or not. Doesn't matter, dead, alive, dragon energy or whatever, any energy. So and I love it because everyone's guides are not like, so like, let's say PC, like it's nothing politically correct about guides. And I don't judge anyone's guides, so I'm totally cool with just channeling it.
Do you feel like our guides now?
I mean, I do, but see, the difference is between feeling someone else's guides at this point in my life, it's like, okay, if they want me to. Because of the permission stuff, right? And I leave it up to other people. I know a lot of people want to be read, but like, you know, like they say, like you have like blue and like a red greenish dragon that hangs out with you all the time, and like where you have a peacock and like she has like a lion, and like you have a snake and you have a fish, and she has seems like a catfish. I don't know why, more cat than fish.
I just have a peacock that
Yeah.
hangs around me.
Yeah. Well, this is just animal energy, right? Because I can read I love spirit totems. And so, like, it really doesn't matter. Like, I'm really fast, too. So, but this took practice, right? Your spiritual muscle, right? You have to, the more you meditate, though, the better you're going to be at reading anything. I'll just be real with you.
It just comes at you.
Yeah.
Wait, what did you say? I already forgot what you said.
You have the blue and the red and green dragon. So 2 dragons. Yeah. Dragons are definitely, like, when you need the extra, because they're very powerful and very, let's just say dominating, but not in a bad way.
So what about peacocks?
Peacocks are definitely masculine energy, but they're also like, but it's a good masculine energy. It's very money, like exuberant, but not in a bad way. Like where you like attract wealth.
Yeah, I tend to do that for other people.
Right, and I'm already kind of forgetting it all because I'm a channel, and it wasn't me that said it.
No, I that happens to me too.
That's why I was saying. So like, if you
With the
remember your animal,
mediumships and everything,
right,
yeah,
like.
it's like the worst dating situation ever.
I feel
Yeah,
that.
because I've been like on first dates and then someone's grandmother just literally just pops up and I'm like, well, I explained to you guys I have gifts, but they always have a message for it.
I know, you have to be careful with the ancestor messages because some of them are kind of rude. I've experienced that.
Had that and I don't share.
Yeah.
That when they do.
Because I had a grandma like come behind me once when I had a client, and then she was just like, "Tell her this, tell her." And then I told her, and then she never spoke to me again. So there you go.
But it happens.
That's why I just don't do it no more. I'm like, Grandma.
Say, like, no.
Well, it was kind of the beginning of my channeling, so I was still experimenting with, hey, what could you do?
But you have control on that. You can
Oh, yeah.
control
Well, I just, it's my choice whether I say it or not, right?
Right.
And it comes down to that. So I just always say, if you got a message for someone, use your discernment. Can you hear that message that you're going to tell them? Yeah, that's a good way to ask it, right? Can I even hear this? Because if you can't even hear it, maybe they can't at all, okay? So it's like, I always say it, don't spray it at people. Got to watch how you say it, right? So I just listen to the ancestors, and then I'm like, okay, I'm going to soften this up a lot, and then I say it.
Yeah.
I just make it to where it's a teddy bear instead of a rabid dog. Because, Grandma was kind of rude, but that's just who she was, So it's like...
What just happened over there?
You say grandma was rude, and I just thought about grandma.
Right? Some grandmas are kind of harsh, right? They're just to the point. They give no craps later. Like, hey, just take it or leave it, right? They're going to tell you like it is, some of them. And that's just the well-spoken people, And then there's the people that can't ever say what they feel. They're the opposite spectrum. But usually, me as a medium, I've just pretty much told them, hey, when I want, not when you want. Because it's way better that way. And you never switch spots. So, as a channeler, you never want to switch spots with an energy. You don't go over here and they go in here. That happened to my daughter once a long time ago when I saved this mermaid man out of my bush in my front yard and put him up in heaven. Then he came back and channeled, but he took her spot and put her over here. And then he healed me and then he left. But it was like a blessing, but that's the most dangerous way to channel. Because you don't know what's going in your body afterwards. You don't know what's happening when you're not in your body. And that's what you have to worry about as a channel. And it can happen to anybody, because remember, psychic abilities are not, just some people can do it.
No, everybody has
Yeah.
it. It's just a matter of...
It's just a matter of do you want to use it or
Are
not.
you gonna use it? Yeah.
And
Like, how did you know that? And one of my closest friends, she was like, oh my God, I hate when you say things because you're always right. Like, you always know. And I'm like, sometimes it's not me actually saying it. And so I, even as of late, I'm like, because I
Right.
manifest and I generate and things just happen like that. And
Especially if you believe it wholeheartedly, it happens way faster.
Yeah, I would want a friend like that, though. I'd be the one that's like, if somebody thinks something in a grocery store, I want them to come up to me and tell me.
Right. Well, then put it out there that you receive more info or whatever, Say you're open. But that's you being open already, right? Giving
Right.
permission. Yeah. So just remember, everything's about that. But I've just found as an empath, it's too much for me to always be open to everything all the moments. Because then it's just too much, like she's saying.
It's a lot.
Mm-hmm.
It's a lot. And it's just,
And
my
you-
dad transitioned November 26th of 23. And so we had a really close relationship. We still do. And that's the thing. It's like I always know when he's there, he's always telling me something. Then 3 months and a day, my brother transitioned.
Okay.
And so, yes, I did a mediumship with my brother. Did a mediumship before my dad, before his body gave its last breath. Is how I put it. Yeah, and that was really cool. And then did a mediumship with my brother a few months ago, and I didn't have any pictures of him in the house. And he's like, "Well, where am I?" And I'm
Like you forgot about me already?
No, well, I don't.
Yeah, but you know how,
He wasn't
like,
the
yeah.
nicest person. But then he apologized and he thanked me for doing the memorial and then doing damage control for him and everything at his ceremony. And then he said, well, I want you to talk to me like you do Dad.
All right.
And I'm like, oh, okay, I got it. You know, so they're always there. But you have to.
Can I come in?
You can come in. I'm almost done.
You have to.
I'm just gonna end it, so it's okay.
Or, you know, it's not, I won't say permission, but it's more so like, for me, it's like filtering, okay, I always hear and I know, but I don't have to always.
Well, it's like when you connect someone's higher self, it's a little different, you know? So when I ask permission and they're not right there, I always connect to the higher self first. And if the higher self says yes, then I continue. Because the higher self always knows what's right and what's wrong. Because it's your personal guide. So, yeah, but I mean, that's just like, you know, it's just who we are. Like I always, kind of something I experienced with my daughter in a meditation a long time ago, where she experienced her first self. And she calls it the high S self.
Okay.
And so when she connected to her high S self, she got the wisdom and the that she needed to get through this life. And then we just call it like, then there's like a line of all your other incarnations after that, and your higher self is the last incarnation right before this incarnation. And you're learning from that one because you went through all these mistakes and things that you had to learn and you wanted to learn, but you did, maybe, you know, you forgot to learn one of them. And they're like, okay, remember this one this time. You know, because you're coming here to clear your soul. That's why you're coming here.
Yeah.
And so I always say, like, I'm always going to clear my karma as much as possible before I end this incarnation, whether I die or not, because I don't plan on dying either. Because I believe in ascended master energy is really cool, and I like to do that. Yeah, because they say if you're an ascended master, instead of dying, you just disappear into like a higher dimension and no one can see you anymore, and you don't really die. It's a spiritual kind of transition instead of a death.
So I didn't know the words for that, but that's my firm belief. Yeah, that's what happens with us. And so that's why I said my dad's body took its last breath.
Yeah.
Because
Well,
I
yeah,
was
no one
there
dies.
with-
Physics
yeah,
says that
I was there
energy
with
never
the
dies.
spirit. Had
How you
removed
call
itself.
that soul?
Go ahead, love.
How you call it in English? Like recreation? No.
Incarnation?
Incarnation, yeah. Yeah, so yeah, a reincarnation.
Say
Yeah.
it again?
So reincarnation's when you're born again. Incarnation is just being alive, I guess you could say. But reincarnation is like coming back from another life. Yeah. Yeah. I always say, like, you know, when you're a ghost and, like, you know, you go up to heaven, get purified, then you go back into the, okay, I'm going to go reincarnate again at some point. But if they don't purify, they're not going to get reincarnated anytime soon. Because you can't do it before purification. It's just how it is. And I can tell whether they've been up or not because usually their energy is really low, okay? It's easy to tell, and they're usually a little more negative than positive because, like, depending on how long they've been wandering around, right?
Exactly, yeah.
Yeah, so it really depends. If they're fresher, that's a little easier. But they still doesn't mean that it's my job to put them all up either when I meet them. So I ask them, is it my job or not? And then if it is, then I send them up. Because there's other people I got to do too, right?
Perfect.
Right? So I'm sorry you missed most of it. So basically, we're just, hey, we're taking responsibility for our true energy, our true vibration, not being, taking the empath out of the problem out of the empath by saying, okay, what's my real energy? And then just being it through grounding and having your guides show you what you really are feeling instead of being the energy, or you're creating the energy of your own.
Go with the flow.
Yeah. So thank you guys for listening. I really appreciate everyone. And I'm sorry you got here late.
It's okay.
But yeah, at least we got to
There's a
talk.
speaker after this.
Yes, there is a speaker after this, so you'll enjoy them.